Hi, I'm Tati.
And I'm Karina.
And it's time for a Gilmore Girls Readathon. So the Gilmore Girls Readathon is taking place from October 1st to October 15th, and I will leave all the information for the Readathon linked in the description. So there are a couple of different ways to participate in this Readathon, but we decided to try and complete as many of the prompts as possible. Prompt number 1 is a book with a school setting in honor of Yale and Chilton.
I'm pretty sure all of these take place in high school, so I'm going to use one of these for the first prompt. I have Fake It Till You Break It, and I'm going to attempt To All the Boys I Loved Before, which this would be a reread, but I'll explain why later. And Maybe This Time.
And I have two options for this one. People Like Us by Dana Millie. I've tried reading this one before and I put it back down, which is why I'm hesitant to read it for this one, for this prompt. But it is at a fancy school because you can see the school uniforms right on the cover, which reminds me of Chilton. And it is a murder mystery, which I usually enjoy. And then The Name of the Star, which I think takes place at a British boarding school, if I remember correctly. I have already read this one, so it would be a reread, but it fits with other prompts for this readathon, so I think it might be the one I'm leaning more towards.
Prompt number 2 is a book featuring a mother-daughter relationship in honor of Lorelai and Rory.
And for that one, I have For Keeps by Natasha Friend. I found out about this one because I literally Googled books, young adult books with mother-daughter relationships, and this one was on a list, and I'll leave that list linked in the description if you're interested. But on that list, it was compared to Gilmore Girls because of the mother-daughter relationship. So I'm hoping that's what I'll get out of this one. I also rented Don't Date Rosa Santos because I heard, I think on Twitter, that it has a mother-daughter relationship, but it's not really a part of either of their descriptions or synopsises, I don't think. So I don't know if they're going to have it. I hope one of them does.
And I will be reading for this one Fake It Till You Break It, because from what I remember, this book is about two moms trying to set up their kids, and that I'm counting for this one.
Prompt number 3 is a cozy book set in fall/winter in honor of Stars Hollow and Smelling Snow with Lorelai.
So for this one, I'm either gonna do To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I am pretty sure at some point in this book it covers fall. That's my fault. Or Maybe This Time, because this book takes place over an entire year, so I'm sure there will be fall-winter scenes in it. I could not find a book solely set in fall or winter, so that's what I'm doing.
The first one is The Name of the Star again, because like I said before, I have already read this one, and for some reason I feel like it takes place in the winter. I don't remember completely. I feel like it's cold in this book though. I haven't read it in a long time, so I could be completely wrong. I also got the Nancy Drew Diaries Curse of the Arctic Star by Caroline Keene. So I rented this one because I really wanted a Nancy Drew book for the cozy book, because I love Nancy Drew. It's really nostalgic for me, and this is actually one of the new Nancy Drew books, and I haven't read it yet. And since it's Curse of the Arctic Star, I'm imagining that it's going to be cold. So it's winter-ish. I don't know when it technically takes place. And then I also got Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, which is a graphic novel, and it is obviously set in the fall.
Prompt number 4 is a book with a complicated love interest or interests in honor of Dean, Jess, and Logan.
So for this one, I originally put The Conspiracy of Us on my TBR because it does have a love triangle, and I think somehow the love triangle is what's the word? Essential to the plot of the story. It's really important which guy she picks. I don't know. But then my hold came in from the library for Frankly in Love, which has very complicated love interest because it has like 2 fake dating schemes, I think, going on at once. I know it says 1, but it's 2. I'm pretty sure both the girl and the boy are fake dating so they can date different people. So it's 1 fake dating scheme and 2 real dating schemes. I don't know. It's complicated love interests.
I'll be reading Fake It Till You Break It because in these 2 moms trying to set up their children, they decide to fake date to show them how wrong they'd be. And so I'm going to consider that a very complicated love interest, considering how that might end.
Prompt number 5 is a book written by an Asian author or that has Asian representation in honor of punk rocker girl Lane.
So for this one, I am using the entire To All the Boys trilogy by Jenny Han, because this has both Asian representation in author and in the story.
And for this one, I again have Frankly in Love by David Yoon, which I think is both by an Asian author and has Asian representation. And I also have I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu because I didn't think my hold for Frankly in Love was going to come in when it did. So I have a backup just in case.
Prompt number 6 is the next book in a series you've yet to finish in honor of A Year in the Life.
Alright, so I again am talking about The Name of the Star because I have read the first book, but I haven't read the next 2 books in the series, which are The Madness Underneath and The Shadow Cabinet. So I could start this series for one of the other prompts and continue it for this prompt. However, I also thought about continuing the Illuminae File series because I have not read Gemina or Obsidio yet, so I could read Gemina for this prompt, and it would be the only audiobook on my TBR for this, and audiobooks are really great during a readathon. But I do want to listen to Illuminae first because I haven't listened to it as an audiobook yet. So these are 2 pretty chunky books for a readathon, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
For this one, I'm going to use Always and Forever Laura Jean because I have yet to pick this book up. And it's been so long since I finished the first 2 that I'm going to attempt to reread the entire series before I get to this one. And that works because they kind of go with some of the other prompts too.
Prompt 7 is a book with food on the cover or where food is part of the story. And this is in honor of Luke's Diner.
And Suki. And so for this one, I went with The Way You Make Me Feel because she has to work at her dad's food truck during the summer. And so I feel like that's food. Part of the story. I don't know. And it can also work for the Asian representation prompt as well. But I have to read To All the Boys anyway, so that doesn't really matter.
And for this one, I went with the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I'm so sorry. And this one is... Well, this one obviously has food on the cover, not on the back cover. But it's also, our main character is really good at cooking, I think. So food plays a big part in the story too. And I've been wanting to pick this book up since I saw how much Zoe from Read by Zoe loved it in one of her vlogs. So this gives me an excuse to finally pick it up. But in case I don't get to this one, For Keeps has coffee on the cover, which I think counts as food for the Gilmore Girls readathon because they love coffee on Gilmore Girls. I personally don't love coffee, but it's okay on the book cover. What? What, just because you love coffee?
Coffee is its own food group.
Okay, then it counts. That's all I need to know. And then there is the group book, which is Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham.
So for this one, I decided to listen to it as an audiobook since Lauren Graham, that's her name, right?
Yep.
Since Lauren Graham read the audiobook, I've decided to listen to it instead. I may read it as I listen to it, especially since you said there was illustrations in it.
Pictures.
But we'll see.
And I actually have already listened to this book as an audiobook, so I thought I would reread it and read the physical or ebook copy, depending on how I'm doing during the readathon. But I would like to read the physical copy so I can see the pictures, because she talks about the pictures in the audiobook, but I didn't have the physical book or ebook to look at the pictures when I first listened to it. So I will get the full book experience this time around. And those are all of the books we want to read during the Gilmore Girls Readathon. And I, of course, have way too many books for every prompt because I'm such a mood reader that I couldn't decide on one. But I definitely will not be reading all of these.
And I wanted to stick to contemporaries for this readathon because I wanted something that would give me the same vibe and sense that watching Gilmore Girls does, which I was able to do. So I'm excited about that.
If you liked this video and you would like to see more videos with my sister Karina in them, give this video a like. I have new videos every Tuesday and Friday, plus I am planning to have a vlog, a reading vlog for this readathon up soon, so subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye!
You didn't tell me you were going to do it on the vibe.
You don't watch my videos!
No, I forget things! I watch your videos.
To the end. You don't
That's a lie. I love the bloopers.
Then how do you not know when
Because
the books
I
have
forget, Tatiana.
If you need suggestions for any of the prompts, I had so many that I wish I hadn't already read so that I could read them for this. Like for the school setting, Truly Devious, definitely, or Gallagher Girls. And for the cozy fall read, I know it technically is like a slasher book, but There's Someone Inside Your House is totally a fall time book. Prompt 7 is a book with food on the cover or where food is a big part of the story. And this is in honor of Luke's Diner.
And Suki.
And Suki. That's what I was gonna do that I forgot.
And Suki?
Your Funko.
My Funko! I'm
In
gonna
the
get her.
background.
It's okay, she'll be a surprise.
I knew I was forgetting something.
Oh my god, you scared me.
I finished? I'm working on it. There's 2 of us. We're going as fast as we can. We're not even saying synopsises, okay? And I, of course, have way too many books. Books. Stop. If we didn't have to be up early in the morning, I would say we should start reading at midnight.
Nah,
Like,
boo,
I would
2
go
weeks
to
is
your
enough
room.
time for 7 prompts.
I would go to your room. We could just be reading. I can't believe this is 40 minutes. I have to edit. Well, I don't know what I thought I saw. It was like a bug or something. I rented this one. Did you see my face?
I was replaying it.
I thought something was coming out of the book. Okay. I rented this one because I really like Mommy. You made a noise.
And I brought it under control until you licked it.
We're very excited about the Gilmore Girls Readathon, if you can
And
tell.
chocolate.
It starts tomorrow. We're filming this so last minute. It starts tomorrow, and that's when this is going up. And
that's
hopefully people will still want to watch it.
Yep.
Thumbnail time.
I can't pick these all up at once.
My stack is bigger than yours.
Your stack has some skinny books.
Just smile. Don't hide your face. Just smile. Okay, now hide your face.
And then it's like a surprise because they don't know I'm in it, so they don't know who I am. Special guest. Me.
Special guest. Me.
It's way too late.
Bye.